Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're looking at a very special PC. This is from CyberPower, one of their pre-builts that has just become available on the website. This is the Infinity X139 Frost. Now this is an absolute monster of a system. They've kindly sent this out for about 5 weeks or so to give you a long-term review. I'm going to actually be using this as my daily driver system for the majority of the time that I have it, to see how I get on with it, to give you a real-world usage, because it's all good having these things, you know, for a review, but you really need some time to spend with it to get to know the system, see if there's anything that, you know, comes up in any problems. And I think 5 weeks is a good amount of time, you know, a good solid month of using it, and then some time at the end for me to make my review before it has to go back. Wish it didn't have to go back by what I've seen for the photos, but anyway, so I mentioned this was the X139, which is a new system on the site. As far as I know, this has been put through as a normal order, so there's been no special treatment because it's come to me for a review. It's literally as if you were to buy it off the site, you know, click and add it to your basket, being built, sent out. So we shall have a look at the cable management and things, see how tidy they've made the system. But I am looking forward to opening this, that's for sure. You do also get an additional box that comes with it, so let's have a look in here first. Now, they do use retail components, so you will have some accessories and things, and all the little bits and bobs that you would get with the retail boxes are included as well. We've also got a headset included as well, a wide spectra black gaming headset designed for eyewear comfort. Maybe we could do a review of this. Let's see what people think. There's also a motherboard box, which is very heavy. And then we've also got what sounds to be screws. So I'm guessing all the additional case components. So yeah, from the Lee case, this is the LANcool 216 Airflow. So we've got the additional back plate, and the little screws and accessories that will come with it as normal. They've obviously used the ones for the motherboard, but apart from that, obviously it's just a retail box, like if you were to buy the case on its own. Now we've actually got a custom Corsair ATX3 compliant cable in this, so we're not using the splitter. So we've got a direct cable from the power supply. So we do have the adapter should you need it at some point. Little anti-sag bracket. This is the MSI Supreme bracket that comes with it. MSI mousepad that I'm guessing is coming from the graphics card as well. Holy cow, look at all these cables. So this is actually using a custom set Type 4 from Corsair, and these are all the additional ones that are with it that currently aren't being used. Because you've got that direct replacement, there's, you know, at least 3 cables you're not going to need, so you have got them in here should you need them at any point in the future. Some additional SATA and things like that, obviously they're not going to be used much nowadays anyway. And we've got 2 screws, got all of our I/O brackets, all the original things from the motherboard box. There's also some things for the fans. We've got our mounting hardware for the cooler. Fan controller that hasn't been used. There's an additional fan in the front because I'm guessing they've replaced them. And then of course we've got all the original power supply cables that have been replaced anyway. So these are the original RM850 cables, which have been since changed for white ones. So this system now, let's talk about price. This one is a hefty beast. This is going to be £3,699, but I have asked for a system that's got a 40 series card in it. It's got a 4080, which is partly because I've yet to look at anything 40 series on the channel, you probably noticed. So given that it was a case of have a look at what system you'd like to look at on the website, I picked something with a 40 series. Now this is very heavy. Of course you've got to remember that it's literally a full system. RTCstore.com. This is worth more than my life, so I need to be very, very careful. It's not going to actually be like an epic reveal because it's got Instapacks in, but for now anyway. There we go. Obviously you can see the Instapack, but we'll take that out in a second. Custom CyberPower logo on the front of the 216 RGB from Lee. And we've got our Instapacks 3 as well, which is impressive because they're expensive. There's 1. There's 2. There we go. So now we can see inside the system. Oh my word, this is a pretty system. Okay, so now we can tell you exactly what is in the system. So at the top we have a 360mm Lian Li Galahad cooler. That's cooling the Intel 3900K, so we've gone real top spec for this one. The motherboard is the MSI MPG Z790 Edge Wi-Fi. To the right we've got 32GB of Kingston Renegade DDR5. This is 6,000 megatransfers per second. Of course, there's that custom sleeving you can see. We've got a nice black and white theme. There is a little support that runs at the back for our graphics card, and this is the MSI GeForce RTX 4080 Gaming X Trio. This is a 16GB model, and I say it's a white edition, but it is obviously quite clearly more silver. But I think working with the Lian Li silver parts as well, it does really look great together. They have certainly color matched this system very well. I just want to quickly pop this M.2 cover off. Nice toolless design on MSI boards. Underneath, the Solid M P44 Pro Ssd, and stay tuned because you will be seeing some more Solid products on the channel. They're going to be making waves, I think, in the SSD market. They have some very cool stuff coming up, so stay tuned for that. Taking off the bottom bit, you can see inside we've got our Corsair RM850 that I mentioned at the start. There's also the high power cable there as well, so we've just got the single one rather than the splitter. Rear of the PC, of course, these are retail components, so you will have the full I/O that you would if you just buy the part off the shelf. It's not like a custom board like you'd see for Acer, for example. But we have got DisplayPort HDMI. There's 4 USB 3s. We've got an additional 4 which look to be 10 gigabits per second, so Gen 2. We've got 2 USB-Cs, one of which is 10 gigabits, one is 20 gigabits, 2.5 gig LAN, Wi-Fi antennas, audio, and then on the 4080 you've got 3 display ports and an HDMI. This side, let's have a look at our cables. Yeah, very tidy, very nice. Also, the cables smell really, really nice. It's a bit of a weird thing, but just opening it, I got a real nice waft of just a fresh kind of braid. It smells very good. So we've got a fan controller that's built into the 216 anyway, but they have used the Unifan hub, and that's all been tied in nicely. All of our custom cables are nice and flush, nothing protruding. So we've got SATA power that's coming up for the hub. Do have one spare as well. That cable's not long enough if you wanted to add an additional hard drive, so you would have to get in there and probably take out quite a lot of this cable to add the additional one in. But the way, you know, sizes are and capacities of SSDs, you're more than likely going to be using an NVMe if you're going to add any more anyway. A little bit of a story, but when Corsair first originally released these Type 4 cables, I was working with a friend at the time, and he had all the different sets, and I remember opening them and just the smell, it's just like instant nostalgia. It's taking me straight back. So of course you'll be seeing B-roll with this system, so you can see it in a bit more detail, but just from what I'm looking at, it's an absolutely stunning system from CyberPower. The Unifans look fantastic as well. There's something else that I haven't seen in person, so it's nice to be able to actually see those working to full effect. So an absolutely gorgeous system from CyberPower. A big thank you to their team for building this for me to look at. Now, of course, this is the higher end of the systems that they offer, but they do have much more affordable things. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to look at a few systems over the next few months, and we can give you some different budgets and things to kind of give you an idea of what they do, and show you that it's not all about expensive stuff. They do have some great budget and price to performance systems as well. So stay tuned, get subscribed, ding the bell. If you've got any more questions about this system, then do let me know in the comments box below. I'll answer a quick one straight away, rather than making you guys wait 4 weeks for a review, which I know is quite a way away. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.